this ceremony. Allow me to do a quick rundown of the introductory agenda. The Managing Director of Petro, Mr. Lamconte. This is Mr. Lamconte, right?
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Michael Sock is the Sales Manager. My senior brother, Ramati Mane, is the Finance Controller. Sebastian Thomas is the Director of Finance. Madam Baro Ture is the Retail Manager. Yes, I saw her going out. That is the side of the Petrogas and other senior officers from the company. Turning to the Gambia Football Federation, we have the President, Mr. Lamin Kababajo, the third Vice President, Lang Tombong Tamba, the General Secretary of the Gambia Football Federation, Mr. Lamin M. Jassy, Technical Director, Sambong, the Director of Communications and Marketing, Babukar Kamara, Madam Monica Starr, our renowned women's football expert from Germany, women's football coordinator, Senior Sisoko, youth and grassroots football coordinator, Ibrahim Nyasi, Kevin Jai, our regional coach, coordinator, educator for Banjul Regional Football Association, is also with us here. My colleague, the IT manager and TMS manager as well, who is also serving as our cameraman, Omar Ture. And our colleagues from media, all media establishments, most notably Kid TV, Point Newspaper, and Star Radio and Television. You are all welcome. Prayers and introduction have been administered. Quickly now, we will turn over the baton to Mr. Lamconte to welcome the dignitaries and the VIPs and everybody as far as this presentation and signing of the MOU is concerned, to give us a welcome remarks. Mr. Conte.
The Board of Directors and the Senior Management of Petrogas, I welcome you, Mr. President, Mr. Bajo, the President of the Gambia Football Federation, and my Toma, Lang Tombong Tamba, the third Vice President, and all the other members of GFF fraternity here present. I welcome you all to Petrogas room for this signing ceremony. My colleague, Mr. Sebastian Thomas, will give a brief rundown how the partnership came about, but I would like to state that Petrogas as a company, and before Petrogas, it was Shell Marketing Gambia Limited, and after Shell, it was Gulf, have always associated themselves with football. Especially if Mr. Mendy is here, he will testify to you that from the time immemorial, Shell has been participating in supporting schools, this inter-schools tournament, okay, for primary and junior secondary schools at the time. And then Gulf continued with that tradition. Obviously, it is natural for Petrogas also to take up this challenge. And we are happy to be associated with this noble gesture. And we promise you that our company's door is open for GFF and anything associated with sports. We will be happy to partner with you. So, Mr. President, thank you very much, because it is also you also give us the opportunity to serve you, and we thank you for giving us that opportunity. And I also take this opportunity before my colleague to thank Monica and Seni for the tremendous effort they have put into this for this day to be realized. Because once we started the ball rolling, I passed the baton to my colleague, and then during that period I traveled, and he actually continued with the task until we have realized why we are here today. So thank you all very much.
Thank you very much, MD Petro and GFF President. And it's our pleasure, it's our privilege to take part in this historical event. We are doing something towards the history of Gambian football. When Monica came to meet us, asking for a contribution or promotion, we never thought that what we are going to do is something will become something historic. So it took some time from us to come to a conclusion to take a decision, because we have a corporate social responsibility budget, and this is the year beginning, so we have to think many aspects before we take a decision. So though it delayed a bit, 2-3 weeks, as Mr. Conte said, he was not in the country. So now we feel that it's our privilege to contribute something towards the football sports in this country, especially to the girls, which were never done before. So thank you very much to all of you to give a chance to us. Thank you.
And so I just like to show that little movie. Maybe if you go out the picture, that would be wonderful.
A short video trail that Lisa wants to.
If you're happy and you know it, GFF. If you're happy and you know it, Petro gas. If you're happy and you know, and you really want to show. If you're happy and you know, GFF. If you're happy and you know, Petro gas. If you're happy and you know, Petro gas. If you're happy and you know, and you really want to show. If you're happy and you know, Petro gas.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Why?
Football.
So you want to play football?
Yes.
You want to play football?
Yes.
You want to be like Messi?
Yes.
You want to be like Ronaldinho?
Yes.
Then football is good for you, huh?
Yes.
Next time you want to play football?
Yes.
You want to have you want to be the first Gambian girls who go to World Cup and play football, okay?
Yes.
So keep it up, huh? Football is very good.
Yes.
No, the boys can play, girls can play.
Yes.
And you see Seni was playing football for Gambia, even to Azerbaijan in World Cup. Monica from Germany, she played football World Cup many times. Okay? And they have a lot of money from football now. You want to be millionaire, huh? You want to buy a car for your mommy and dad. You want to build a house for your mommy and dad.
Conte, you like to say some words?
Thank you very much, GFF, and thank you very much, grassroots football. Congratulations for being the luckiest person in the Gambia to be part of this team. Petrogas is happy to associate themselves with your program. Okay? And the good news I have for you, we have our team here, we have our retail manager, Mrs. Barol Turesao, who will be the coordinator, and she is very passionate about girls football. Okay? I have Mr. Sebastian Thomas, who has the money.
Yes.
So he'll be one who will be giving you all the money for the next 6 months and hopefully beyond. Okay? And our finance controller also is here, Mr. Ibrahim Taboramani, who will also be part of supporting you. We are happy to associate ourselves with your program, and we hope I see one of you or 10 or 20 of you in the World Cup. Okay? I wish you the best of luck. Keep it up. Keep Gambia flag high. Okay? Thank you.
We have the material, and I would always keep saying it, that we will always, our arms are open to all associations. Any association that is willing to work with us, our doors are always open. And the FF, we are the first ones to knock our doors, and we are wide open, and here we are. I remembered very well when Monica came to me, I told her, the FF alone cannot do it. I told her, go to Petrogas. Go to Petrogas. Support. And here we are. So thank you very much, Petrogas. Thank you very much, JFF. Thank you very much, my girls.
enough of you. Next time you put another.
President Gambia Football Federation, Mr. Lamin Kaba Bajo, the Managing Director, Petro Gas, my own Tom Lanconte, the Director of Finance, Petro Gas, the Sales Manager, Petro Gas, the Finance Controller, the Retail Manager, Senior Staff of Petro Gas, General Secretary, Gambia Football Federation, Director of Communications and Marketing, Technical Director, Ms. Monica Stab, our dear sister from Germany, the Women Football Coordinator in the name of Seni Sisoho, Youth and Grassroots Football Coordinator, Mr. Alaji Nyasi, the IT and TMS Manager, Coach, members of the press. It is indeed an honor that I am associated with this gathering, marking the signing of sponsorship package and a presentation of financial assistance from Petrogas to the Gambia Football Federation. We at the Gambia Football Federation, we have a vision. And our vision is to develop our youth and grassroots football. Many times, blame has been met on the Gambia Football Federation for not qualifying the senior national teams, that is the female and the male, probably the male for that matter, to the World Cup and other continental football competitions. But little did we know, or little did we realize, that something needs to be done, or has to be done, before we can see ourselves at that level. That is why the Gambia Football Federation has come up with a program to develop our youth and grassroots football, because we believe that is the only way that we can succeed in football. The second point also is, I will take Monica Stab as an example. Monica has played football up to the highest level in the world, because the highest level in the world is going to the World Cup. And she has also benefited greatly from financial gains in football, because she played for very big clubs in the world as well. So the program that we have at the Football Federation in developing our youth is to also equip them so that tomorrow they will not only benefit the nation by playing for the country, but they will also benefit themselves financially. I'm sure most of the kids today, when you talk to them, whom do you want to be tomorrow? They'll always tell you, I want to be Messi, I want to be Ronaldo. But that cannot be achieved if you are not prepared at that level. The Messis, the Ronaldos started in the way that we are starting, that is, develop them when they are young, as that is the way that you can catch them as well. So the program for the GFF is not only to prepare the kids for them to be able to play for their country, but for them to benefit themselves financially by getting the opportunity to play in big clubs. And once they benefit financially, I think the country stands to benefit. So that is why the GFF has come up with this program. I agree with Mr. Conte, the MD, that in the past, when it was Cell Company, you have been partnering by supporting football at both the primary and the junior secondary schools. I was aware of that. But at that time, it was not a partnership with the Gambia Football Federation, because the Gambia Football Federation was not concentrating at that time in developing our youth talents. So this time around, partnering with the Gambia Football Federation, I can assure you that the Football Federation will benefit, Petrogas will benefit, and the kids themselves will benefit. Because once you support the GFF in this drive, and these kids become the the good players, of course the nation will benefit because they'll come back and play for the nation. So therefore we'll sit and say, yes, the GFF did this, but Petrogas also did this by supporting the program. So we'll say a very big thank you to Petrogas, and we want to assure you that we will partner with you and we'll make sure that whatever support you give us will go down to those who are supposed to get it, that is the youths, the kids. And also to assure you that the President of the Gambia Football Federation has a vision to partner with the private sector. And we want to assure you that today is the beginning, like you said, and I can attest to that. Probably this is the first time that the Federation has a partnership with Petrogas. Formerly it was Petrogas and the basic secondary or junior secondary schools. But I am more than delighted, and I'm sure the whole staffs here are happy. Just to say a big thank you. If I want to continue speaking, my boss may not have anything to say, so I'll therefore leave the remainder to my boss so that he'll have something to say. Thank you very much, sir.
General Manager of Petrogas, my own uncle, and a real uncle for that matter, not just by, it's a small country. And Sebastian and colleagues of the MD GAP Petrogas, my colleagues from the Gambia Football Federation, from the third vice president to members of staff present, and the technical staff of Monica's program. I saw Kebanjai here, and some of them are here, our friends from the media. Good afternoon to you all. And first of all, I also want to join my colleague, the previous speaker, to thank and congratulate Petrogas for making today possible. The same vein also to thank our friend and their colleague, Monica, who is, as you know, is on a 2-year assignment from the German government to the Gambia to implement a memorandum of understanding that was signed between the two countries in the area of developing women's football. Monica was with us late 2017 on a 2-month assignment, but we wouldn't let her go. Hence our determination to the Gambia National Olympic Committee and the Minister of Youth and Sports to get back to German government, to the German Olympic Committee, to ensure that we have a longer program in the development of women's football. And we are lucky. Once again, Monica was given the opportunity to come to the Gambia. And I'm sure you also would have felt her passion for the task, and her records speaks for themselves. When she came in, she just acclimatized and really suit herself very well within us. And she didn't see herself as a stranger or an expert, but she see herself as a staff of Gambia Football Federation. And because of her background and the part of the world she came from, especially Germany, we know that they are very hardworking if you have the opportunity to work with Germans. So we are still struggling to catch up with her. She's always ahead of us. She's moving very fast. But I told her, don't slow down, continue moving. We'll have to struggle and get to you, because that's what you are here for. So I think it's because of that, as I said, her own personal commitments, and that we are able to do this within a very short period, as Sebastian alluded to it. And this is a very important project for Gambia Football Federation. We have a package, we have a vision for for football development in general, grassroots and youth football, but particularly women's football. Because the potentials in women's football in the country are visible. We can boast of raising the flag of the Gambia at a World Cup in football, and the only opportunity we had was the girls in an under-17 World Cup played in Azerbaijan some years ago. And we are lucky Monica's junior partner, Seni, happened to play in that tournament, and she has a goal in, under her sleeves for that World Cup. And going through, and then also really to be able to do justice to our other partners, that's our opposite sex, we try to do as much as possible to fast track our activities so that we can narrow the gap and eventually to fill the gap very soon. Hence the attention that we are giving to women's football. This is history being made, as alluded to by the third vice president and the previous speaker, including the managing director himself. We've been making every effort to open up and to reach out to the private sector so that we can partner, because we know the Gambia Football Federation, even with the 100% support of the government, cannot do it alone. The private sector are required to also partner to support in some of our activities. So, hence the importance of this day. But this is one of its kind. I could say it's the fourth of its kind. We had some in the other activities, this partner with a bank, another the schools, secondary schools, sports, with another bank. But having this specific area, this of its fourth of its kind, and it will go a long way in helping us to smoothly implement the 2-year assignment that Monica is here, because we all have a part to play in it. And then the partnership with Petro really will feel a very significant component of that responsibility that we are. And then the Gambia Football Federation, I want to assure you, Mr. Managing Director, that we will be looking forward to the expansion, not only the strengthening of this particular one, but for the expansion of this newfound partnership. We know that history repeats itself. It has started from somewhere. But as Yana said, it's for the Gambia Football Federation or the GFA at the time, this is the first of its kind that we are directly partnering in this venture. Looking at the video and watching what happened yesterday at the KG5, it's very touching. We can see those young girls who really have every desire and intense interest to play football. And we have thousands and thousands of them across the country. We had the FIFA Leave Your Goals legacy program that ran for a period of 4 years, and end of last year, 2017, which really has also helped us to introduce more girls into football. And when that phased out, we need continuity, because otherwise, we would have failed in our objectives. Thus, the increase in number of clubs coming in. We have more clubs at the first and second division leagues, and all the regions are gearing up to coming up with women's football leagues across the country. And this, as you know, would be a feeder to the respective national teams. And community schools football that we are implementing at GFF sponsors the preliminaries countrywide in the senior secondary schools, and for the national level, which is the finals, we have a partnership with the Guarantee Trust Bank. And then the boys and girls are given equal opportunities to play almost similar number of matches. And at the end of the tournament, the young talents are identified, and the idea the technical director has a good program. He tried it once, and it's going to continue to have them. The talents are identified, and they have nurtured, they are developed further, so that they can serve as reservoir to our respective national teams through the youth teams. So I think this is a very important one. In a couple of days' time, Monica and Seni will be going crisscrossing the country to give the same opportunities that the girls have in Banjul, to be given as I say, the continuation of the FIFA Legacy program, that's the Leave Your Goals, which they have really missed. It was held in the Greater Banjul area, was held in Farafenye, and the other one in summer for the provincial, the provincial regions. So I think, again, when this package continues, they will not disconnect, they will see it as a continuation. So, and this is what we want. I think this is considered as a pilot project, but as we follow the progress, you will be more, you'll be willing to continue and further expand and strengthen this part, because I know it's difficult for you to quench your desire to really to continue to be part of it. I also want to use this medium also to once again appeal and draw the attention or the interest of other players in the private sector. We know all of them, everybody is doing something somewhere. But I think in contributing in youth matters, and especially through sports and football in particular here, I think the benefits that will accrue to the company and to the nation could not be quantifiable. So I want to appeal to the other media, the other private sector to emulate and follow suit Petrogas. I didn't consider this as publicity or marketing, activity for Petrogas. Instead, I think it's going to be a challenge to all of us, especially the private sector, to follow suit, so that, because the responsibility is for all of us. It's not only Petrogas. So if Petrogas can come in to support GFF and Gambia football in general, and also the young ones, I think really strike everybody's mind to say, why can't I also do my bit? However small it is, I think we'll be able to do justice to the young ones and for the future of this country. We all know football is beyond marrying and just a fitness. Football is business, and if you'll be surprised, my uncle and your colleagues, maybe if one should get the statistics from the central bank or in the informal sector, the amount of millions that get into this country through remittance from our boys that are playing football at different parts of the world, you'll be surprised. And if you also go around and see the change of that some of them have really realized in their livelihood and the livelihood of their families and their communities, then you know that it's equally important than like any other sector in our socio-economic development. So on that note, I think I want to once again thank you and thank my colleagues. Monica, thank you very much. Technical Director, thank you. This is just the beginning. Now the ball is in our court to ensure that we convince Petrogas that it's worth venturing in. Thank you all for this.
Lamin Kaba Bajo on behalf of the Gambia Football Federation, and Mr. Lam Conte on behalf of Petrogas, and that will be followed by a presentation.
Thank you. Here's the last one.
Signed but not approved. That one, oh my God.
also want to announce as part of the sponsorship package. It's initially for a 6-month duration, and the Petro Gas will disburse $30,000 per month with a number of T-shirts, 250 T-shirts that will be worn or used by the guards who will be playing football. And then I can inform you that the 6-month package has been paid in total $180,000 already. Thank you very much. We are grateful. Thank you very much. And I'm sure maybe very soon we'll see Petro Gas taking over the national leagues. But women's football. Definitely, women's football. Women's football, up to the highest level. And we've been adopting a senior national team, women team. Thank you very much. Thank you once again. Thank you. Are grateful. Thank you very much, President.